Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim and this is Expedition 3 Pages. It is the 1st of September today. I haven't played my TBR game yet, so that is what we're going to do today. I really want to know what I'm reading. I want to go through the list and see what you guys read for last month and to see where we end up on the board. And yeah, I'm really sorry that this is going to be late, but I've just been like super crazy with life stuff. So yes, filming today and hopefully I can edit it ASAP to get it out tomorrow or the weekend sometime, fingers crossed. So if you're new to my channel, Tales from Two Trails is my TBR game that I play every single month. There are ways that you guys can join in. You basically fulfill some prompts, let me know what they are, and then that will mean I either go backwards on the board or forwards on the board, depending on whether or not I've fulfilled the prompts as well. So if you'd like to join in, there'll be more information linked in a pinned comment down below. So before we start, let's go over and see how I did in the month of August, which guys, I did not do good. Basically, I tried to do too much. I was doing the magical readathon, I was doing mixtapeathon, so 2 readathons, and then the board game as well that I play, and it was a lot. So last month, the first prompt that we got was Expedition 3 Pages. So that meant for me, read a book from my challenge to reading around the world challenge, basically. And I have the Elimination by Ritty Pan to read, and I did start it, but I didn't finish it, and I don't think I got far enough into it to truly count it as like, yeah, I completed it. I think I got like 40 pages in, and I just don't think that cuts it. I don't think that cuts it at all. Next up we had non-fiction, and for that I picked Natives by Akala, and this book is all about Akala's experiences growing up in Britain as a black man. And it also covers like the history, kind of racism in history in Britain and everything like that. And just loads of other things as well that I just didn't know about, which speaks volumes really. Like loads and loads of British history he's talking about in here. And I'm like, wait, I didn't know that. And yeah, so I'm really glad that I'm reading this. But again, didn't get so far, so I'm on page 50 with this one. But the deal with this book is that I'm reading it with my partner, because I really like reading books like this, like out loud with someone else, just so we can talk about them as well. So again, I'm not going to count it for my game, because I don't know how long it's going to take us to get through, because at the moment we're working different hours, so we barely see each other as it is. And I only got to page 50. The next prompt was Expedition 3 Pages again, but I didn't end up even picking a book for this one. We have picked the next countries that we're going to be doing, me and Emily from Emily Beth Hall. So I will, yeah, that's already been announced on Instagram actually. So if you want to know, then head over to either of our Instagrams. I'll link them down below and you can find out there. But also I'm going to be chatting about it in a vlog as well. So I failed that one. It's really going well, isn't it, guys? That's like 3 out of 5 completely failed. Next up was read a family / friend's favourite book. And for that I chose The Dancers at the End of Time by Michael Moorcock, which is my dad's favourite book. This is actually a bind up of 3 books now. So I was supposed to only read the first one. This one, guys, I got to page 26. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. This is a weird book. It's a weird book, but I am liking it, I think. Yeah, I think I'm liking it. I'm early days, I'm only on page 26 so far, and so I can't count this either. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what I've been doing with my life. Well, I know what I was doing. I was mainly reading books for mixtapeathon this one. That's a fail, but again, I do want to read this. There is a prompt on Magical Readathon, which is read a book featuring time travel, and I think I want to use this for that, and I haven't quite finished Magical Readathon yet, so that's also extending into September, so I probably will carry on reading this in September as well. But yes, failure for the game. But the final prompt, guys, that we landed on, which was read the first book in a series. For that I chose Christie's Great Idea by Anne M. Martin, which is the first book in the Babysitters Club series, and I read that. I actually read it. It's a children's book, but whatever, I still read it. That means I've only filled 1 prompt, and you guys have been messaging all month about what you've been reading, and thank you so much, because it's been so nice to see things like coming in all the time. However, I will say I was reading what everyone had read at the start of August, but when it became quickly clear that I probably wasn't going to finish very much, I haven't read like the ones that were posted in the last half of the month, because I thought it'd be more fun for me to go through and see what's going on, because at that point I thought I might finish 2 books, and then I didn't want to you know, I didn't want to be tactical and only read the book that fulfills the prompt that everybody else has been reading, because then I can go forward on the board. I was trying not to cheat, basically. Anyway, it didn't matter because I didn't finish any of the other books. So before we go through and find out where we end up on the board from what you guys read, there is a couple of books that I do want to try and get on this list. Oh, I haven't even spoken about Bookopoly. Okay, I'll do that in a sec. But basically, I'm reading Assassin's Fate. I've been reading it throughout August, and I'm on page... Ooh, where am I? I'm in the second half. I don't want it to end. I'm on page 452, which is this. But because we've got so much left to go, about 400 pages, that's like a book. So if I can get this onto the TBR, then I'm going to put it on, even though I'm already over halfway, because, yeah, them's the rules, my rules. And then the other thing that I do need to read next month is a book for my Friends and Family book club that I do. I'm just trying to find it, sorry, on my phone. That's why I'm looking down. We're reading Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont, which, yeah, I don't know anything about this book, to be fair, but it's by Elizabeth Taylor. Yeah, it's from... Oh, 1971. I thought it might be older than that, but 1971. So yeah, that's what we're reading for the book club. So if I can get that on, then I will as well. So going back to Bookopoly, it's bookoplathon in the month of September, and I haven't learnt my lesson with joining in with readathons in August. But I was watching Aimee from A Star Reads TBR video the other day, which if you haven't seen is epic. Like, I love all of Aimee's videos. She's such a great booktuber. I highly recommend her. Although I think most of you guys know Aimee anyway. But yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, so I was watching her video the other day, and she played her game, and she tried to double up the prompts with Bookopoly just so she didn't have to read a certain amount of books from her own TBR game, and then also a certain amount of books for Bookopoly. If you don't know what Bookoplathon is, by the way, I'll link down to Becca and the Books' channel, because it's her readathon that she runs, has run quite a long time now with her TBR game, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. So for every prompt we get on this board, I'm gonna double it up with Bookoplathon, but you guys don't have to. So if you want to fill the prompts for Tales from Two Trails, you don't have to worry about Bookoplathon, but I'm just going to try and double up the prompts just like Aimee did. If I really can't make it work, then I'll have to read two books, like one for Tales from Two Trails and one for Bookoplathon. But hopefully I can make it work. Hopefully. Cool, so with that, let's set up the board and work out where we're starting from and what our first prompt's going to be. Okay guys, so we ended up on reading the first book in a series on the red path. We had to cross over to the red path from the green path, so that was sad times. So this is where we are right now. Yeah, let's go through the list. Okay, so first up on the list, we've got Precious, and Precious has read The Dragons, the Giant, the Women by Wayetu Moore, and that was for the non-fiction prompt, and she's written highly recommend, so I'm gonna have to look that up later and see what that's about. And also she finished Island of the Ants by Eva Ibbotson and 10 minutes 38 seconds in the Strange World by Edith Shafak, and those were for both the Expedition Through Pages prompt, which was to read a book set in a different country to your own, basically. So thank you so much, Precious, you absolutely smashed it. By fulfilling 3 prompts, and all 3 of those prompts I did not fulfill, so that means I have to take a step back. Bad times for me. Okay, then we have Ruby from Ruby Red and Ruby Red, The Nature of Nature by Enric Sala, and that was another non-fiction book. So that, do I go up here? No, I don't go up there, because I only fulfill the square that we land on. That's right. I got worried for a second there. Then we have with Cassie, so Cassie read Deity by Matt Wesolowski, maybe? Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. And Tokyo Ghoul Volume 5, and those were both for Expedition Through Pages prompts. And also she read In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which made some booktubers' favourite lists. And yeah, she said she doesn't know if that counts, but it definitely counts if it's on a favourites list, that's absolutely fine. And also she read Sheet number 1 for first in a series. So although I did fulfill the first in a series prompt, because Cassie also fulfilled 3 of the other prompts, that means it doesn't count and I have to go backwards. I don't think I'm going to take a step forward this month, guys. Oh no, this is bad. Let me move that down, because in anticipation of carrying on going backwards. Okay, next up we've got Heather Hutchins, who, oh, yes, it does help. Heather read the first in a series, Fetchin' by Kylie Gilmore. And that is the only prompt she fulfilled. And so thank you, Heather. One step forward. Happy days. And then we have Charlotte, Books&Babies, and Charlotte read her son's favourite book, which was Frostheart, which I also love. That series. I still need to read the final one, but great series. And also read the first volume of Lore Olympus, which is another one that I'd love to read. And yeah, so because Charlotte read their son's favourite book, back I go. Back I go. Okay, so Amber Jen 87, they read... Oh, nice. Okay, I spoke too early for like saying that we were going to go backwards the whole time, because Amber read Ukulele Murder, Aloha Lagoon Mystery No. 1 by Leslie Langtry for first in a series, and that's the only prompt fulfilled, so forward we go. Happy day, although if we stay on this one, that's not great. Okay, then we have Aimee, who read the first in a series, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, that's not right, Rothfuss, which I also really want to read, but she also fulfilled her friend's favourite book, which is Book Lover by Emily Henry. And so back we go, back we go. This is proper back and forth this month. Okay, then Louisa read Dare You to Lie by Amber Lynn Natush, oh, I bet that's not how you pronounce that name, which is the first book in a series. Yes, thanks Louisa, back we go. This is like so back and forth. So next up we've got Danny from Somber Honey. First up we've got, for the 2 Expedition Through Pages prompts, we've got Removable Life by Anne Sophie, which is from Germany, and Chainsaw Man by Tatsuki Fujimoto, which is a Japanese manga. For a friend and family member's book, she read Hamlet, which is her older sister's favourite book, and non-fiction, she's been reading Mostly Void, Partially Stars, which is a bind-up of transcripts from the first 25 episodes of Welcome to Night Vale. Oh, I see what you mean. So, okay, so it's a bind-up of transcripts for a fiction thing, but there's like intros and everybody talking about all the transcripts and everything by everybody involved. So I think that's non-fiction, because then it's like behind the scenes kind of stuff. So yeah, I definitely say that counts. So yeah, thank you so much. Oh my god, absolutely smashed it. However, that does mean I'm going backwards. Okay, Michelle's up next. Michelle read the first book in a series, yes, Middle Game, perfect. I actually got like a little way through that and then just stopped reading it. I was reading it with Spencer and then we just stopped for some unknown reason. But Michelle also read Expedition Through Pages prompt, One Italian Summer. So back we go. Okay, so then we've got a book fiend named Mel from a book fiend named Mel, I should say. And yeah, really early on, Mel managed to fulfill prompts. So Mel read Delilah Green Doesn't Care and The Turn of the Key, which are both set in another country from herself, and Mel's based in Australia. And yeah, so that fulfilled both prompts. Absolutely, both fulfilled both Expedition Through Pages prompts, I should say. So off we go, back a square. Okay, next up we've got Chelsea. So Chelsea read a non-fiction book by Caroline Flack, which is called In a Sea Cup. Yeah, so thank you, Chelsea, although I didn't read a non-fiction book, so again, back I go. Then we've got Ashley from Ashley's Media Addiction. She read 2 Expedition Through Pages books, one set in Australia and one set in America. The Australian one is Toad Rage by Maurice Gleisman, and the American one is Capsule by Mel Torrefranca. So back I go. Oh, this is a disaster zone. I didn't read anything. Okay, then we've got Carissa. Carissa read The It Girl by Ruth Ware. That's set in the UK, and Carissa lives in the USA for Expedition Through Pages, that was for. Family member's favourite book, 1 Year After by William Fortune, for her aunt's favourite book, and non-fiction, Humans, A Brief History of How We Effed It All Up by Tom Phillips, which sounds interesting. I looked that up actually, it sounds really good. So yeah, back I go again. I really like everybody reading like different family members' favourite books and stuff. It's really cool. Like it's like an insight into someone's mind, I guess, their like favourite book, like trying to work out why it's someone's favourite and all that. I don't know, I think it's interesting. Okay, then we have Whitney from Tiberius Den. So Whitney read Never Cry Wolf, sorry, by Farley Mowat, which fulfilled the non-fiction prompt, and The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, which was the first in a series. So yeah, thank you, Whitley. Oh gosh, we could end up on the really, really bad waterfall. No! This waterfall lake thing is fulfilled with worrying prompts, so we don't want to go down that way, guys. We don't want to go down that way. I have to move it back. Look how far back we've gone. Ugh. Okay. Is that it? No. Oh my gosh, I think we are going down the waterfall. Oh no. Let me just go back and check. Okay guys, so down the waterfall we go. So we might get some tricky prompts this month because we have to go around, although we can go around either way. But yeah, it's not the best group of prompts, let's just put it that way. Okay guys, so we're all set up for Becca's bookoplathon, and I'm going to be using this little pin that says, "See you in the shelves," which is super cute. I don't know if you can read it on the camera, but that's what it says. It's very sweet. Okay, so 5 rolls to match my TBR game, and we hope for no doubles, because if we get a double, then that means I have to add a roll on Becca's bookoplathon. So this is quite scary. Let's go for roll number 1. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spring. Okay guys, so we landed on the big waterfall and we fell down it. Typical. Massive punishment for me. Anyway, we've splashed into the pond or the lake, whatever. And so the first prompt that we have to fulfill is a book featuring water. So as you already saw, hopefully, if I've edited it that way, the first roll of bookoplathon got me spring. I really am baffled by this because I don't really know what books are like spring or set in spring or have that spring vibe until I've read it, I guess. I did look up a list, and annoyingly, one that would have worked really well for featuring water and springtime vibes was An Enchanted April, but I've already read it, so I'm not going to reread that. The other one that came up, but it doesn't feature water, but it was like springy, was Sweet Bean Paste, and I've literally just finished that like yesterday, because I read that for Mixtapeathon, which hopefully I'll talk to you about more in my like vloggy video. So I think I'm going to separate bookoplathon and Tales from Two Trails for these prompts, because I just can't work out what I want to read for spring. So if anyone has any like ideas, then please send them my way so I can work it out. But anyway, for featuring water, what I've decided to go for is finishing Assassin's Fate by Robin Hobb. So this I will definitely do. This features a lot of water. Like I said before, I'm on page 452, so I've got quite a chunk left because I think there's like 850 pages. So I'm going to count this for this prompt, and yeah, I'm so excited to finish. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be book number 1. Okay guys, let's go for roll number 1. 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is, oh, that's just the first book in a series, I think. Is it? Oh god. Could be the oldest book on your TBR actually. Oh, I've made it all bright. Sorry. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen, I don't know what that is. I can't remember what the eyes mean, if it means a bad book or what. I need to look at my list. And I can't remember what that is either. Could be oldest book on the TBR. That's a worry. That is a worry. So I'm going to go this way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then find out what the eyes mean. Okay, and time for roll number 2. Is 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one is published or set in 1999 or before. Okay, so my roll for Bookopoly got me published or set in 1999 or before. Damn it, I just realised. Hang on a second. I forgot that I was trying to fulfill that prompt as well. So I've picked a bunch of books for my prompt and I'm confused. No, that doesn't count. Excuse me a second. Let me check all these books that I've just picked up willy-nilly without thinking about it. Doesn't count, guys. I need to go and collect some more books. Excuse me. Hey guys, Editing Kim here. While my past self goes off to try and find some new books, I thought I'd jump on and actually explain what my prompt meant, because I never told you. So the prompt that I landed on basically means pick 6 books that you are least anticipating and then do a number generator in order to choose one of them. So that's what I'm going off to find, 6 least anticipated books, basically. Okay, I'm back with 6 choices. That was difficult because I wanted to pick it off my physical shelf. Now my shelves are a mess. I'm just going to show you the books I've picked. So the first one is The Wall by Marlene Haushofen. I think you pronounce the name. It's not that I'm not anticipating this, it's just that this has been on my shelves for a long time, and it was published in 1991 in English. So it fits the bill. It was first published in 1968. This is an Austrian author. So I am looking forward to it. Now I feel like I should have picked it because I am, you know, if this comes up, then happy days for me. This is going to be book number 1. Book number 2 is a bind-up of 2 books. I don't know what that means for this challenge, but Tom Holt, Dead Funny. I've got a few Tom Holt books on the shelves. I'm not sure where they came from, but this, again, fits the bill. Maybe I'll just read one if it turns out they are 2 separate stories, which I think they are. Yeah, it says Flying Dutch was published for the first time in 1991, and Faust Among Equals was published in 1994. So I've got a choice of 2 books if this one comes up. Number 3 is The Birth of New Physics by I. Bernard Cohen, because I thought that I would put some non-fiction in there. And yeah, this is older. This is it's like yellowing pages. This was published for the first time, published by Penguin in 1987. Oh yeah, first published in 1961. Number 4 is Anne Bronte's Agnes Grey. This is the smallest one in my Bronte collection. And yeah, I'm kind of just not anticipating reading these, mainly because the font is so small, and actually I haven't really enjoyed the reading experience. When I read a bit of Jane Eyre, I wasn't really enjoying reading them the way that they're set out. Everything's like squished together. So I'm least anticipating this set of books, and this one is the shortest, which is cheating perhaps, but we're going to go with it. Number 4. Number 5 is The Difference Engine by William Gibson and Bruce Sterling. This is sci-fi, which is, again, like, not set out that nice. Don't like the text. And I bought this because I was interested in the subject matter, but I've since heard that it's not that great. So now I'm like, do I really want to read it? I'm not sure. And finally is one that was published. Oh, when was this one published? Let's have a look. 1991. No, that was a lie. 1990, this book was published. And then finally we've got another non-fiction one, and that's The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs. And my argument for this is that, because it does say it can be published before 1999 or set before 1999. And this, my friend, is set before 1999 because it's all about dinosaurs. And the reason that I'm least anticipating this is because I started to read it, and when was it published? It was published in 2018, so yeah, but definitely set before. I'm going with it. But this, yeah, I really didn't like the writing style when I started reading it, and I was like, oh, I'm not really sure about this, and I put it down, and now I'm really like apprehensive to pick it up. So these are the 6 here. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I point? 6. So let's do the random number generator and find out which one I'm gonna put on the TBR, which is so unexciting. I mean, guys, I don't want to encourage you not to fulfill prompts, but this prompt is the pits. Don't do it. Okay, so let's go to screen record. Okay, let's just do it on Google. So we've got max of 6. And, generate. 5. It was like one of the biggest ones. The Difference Engine. That is actually one of my properly least anticipated. Thanks, Google, for nothing. Okay, so this is the book that is going on my TBR. The Difference Engine by William Gibson and Bruce Sterling. So this one is in London in 1855. The great steam-driven Babbage engines power... Well, I can't read, guys. In 1855, the great steam-driven Babbage engines power the Industrial Revolution. The age of the computer is already here, and the industrial radicals and the scientists are its rulers. But there's still treachery and intrigue at the heart of the government, and Sybil Gerard, fallen woman, Edward Mallory, paleontologist, and Lady Ada Byron, compulsive gambler and mathematical genius, are unwittingly caught up in a conspiracy that could change the world. So yeah, the reason I wanted to read this was because I was reading a biography about Ada Byron, who is Lord Byron's daughter, kind of credited as one of the first like computer coders, I guess. Yeah, and so that's why I wanted to pick this up. So now I've had it. But like I said, I've just heard not so great things about it. So now I'm like, nah, do I really want to read it? But I'm reading it. Okay, time for rule number 2. 3. Oh, okay, so I think that this might be... Sorry, I should have looked all this up before. I think that this might be like an author you've read a book from that you didn't like and you're going to give them another chance. I think that's what that is. That's eggy. This is an... Oh, this lake is the pits. It's the pits. And we go for roll number 3. And that's 8. So 1, 2... Ooh. You still see? Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, yes, love it. This is favourite genre. Okay, so bookoplathon gave us favourite genre, fantasy, amazing. And then Tales from Two Trails gave us second chance author, which, okay, if I'm being completely honest, I can't think of any. So my favourite genre is fantasy. I can't think of any fantasy book that I've read so far where I'm like, oh, I don't like that author. I don't want to read another one by them. So I think I've got to split this up, which is annoying because, yeah, I didn't really want to do that. But what I'm thinking is a book that I really didn't like. I don't like Dan Brown. I'm not reading a Dan Brown book. That's not happening. So like that, he's one of my ones where I'm like, no, not absolutely not. But I've only read the Da Vinci Code. Another author that I've read that I didn't like was Philip K. Dick. I read Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, and I really didn't like that book at all. I really, really, really hated that book. I didn't hate it, like I hated the Da Vinci Code, but I didn't like it. So I'm thinking I give Philip K. Dick another go. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so to be honest, I don't really know. He's written a lot, I think. And the only one I've said, like I said, was Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. So if anyone has any suggestions of what I could pick up, because I think these should be alright to get from the library or like fairly cheap. So yeah, for Tales from Two Trails, I'm going to try another Philip K. Dick book. It doesn't matter what it is, it just has to be Philip K. Dick. So yeah, any suggestions for good ones, let me know, because yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I know lots of people like the Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, but I didn't get on with it. I think I thought that it was very choppy. It was like a badly edited film, and then it was like loads of sexist stuff in it, and you know, because of the age, I guess. But I just didn't like it. So yeah. But anyway, if there's like another one that you think is maybe better than that, then yeah, I'd love to have a suggestion. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for Tales of Two Trails. For favourite genre fantasy for bookoplathon, I'm actually going to read Gilded by Marissa Meyer because I really want to, and this is fantasy. Marissa Meyer wrote the Lunar Chronicles, and I really love that series. So yeah, I'm going to read Gilded. I don't really know what it's about, and I'm not going to read it, but I really love the cover. So, and I just, yeah, I'd be excited. Oh, I just saw there's eyes in there. Didn't see that before. Time for roll number 3, and let's get out of this lake. Oh, is that off screen? That's off screen, so it doesn't count. 2, great. Oh no. Oh, first. Okay, this is quite an interesting one. I think this means that you have to go to the first booktube video on your phone and then just read the first book from that video. I'm going to say that you can easily get hold of, like not one that you have to like buy or pay for, you know, something that you can easily get hold of or can get hold of without spending loads of money. Oh god, this TBR, why the lake? This is real punishment for not reading my books. And time for roll number 4. 6, oh yes, no doubles yet. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and autumn. Okay, so roll number 4 got us the first book in a video. As you saw from bookoplathon, we got autumn. So, I mean, it's going to be an absolute miracle if the first book in the first booktube video turns out to be an autumn book. But let's go for it. It is autumn, so it could be in my favour here. Okay, all right. So I'm going to screen record my phone and then go down to like the first video where somebody talks about books, and then we shall see what happens. Okay, it's Aimee. Okay, so I'm not going to do like the reading sprints one. So we've got Carissa's reading sprints, we've got Ashley's reading sprints. Oh yeah, Scooby-a-thon as well. Okay, I am going to be trying to watch films for Scooby-a-thon, I think, but I'll be talking about that in my vloggy video thing, I think. Go head over to Ashley's channel to find out about Scooby-Doo-a-thon, Scooby-a-thon, sorry, because it's really cool. Okay, so let's go on Aimee's Bookish Life and see what Aimee's doing.
It's Aimee. Welcome to my Bookish Life. And today I want to go through my possibilities for the month of September.
Okay, so Aimee, just to say, Aimee reads a lot of middle grade. So here's hoping for a middle grade book that's set in autumn. I don't ask for much.
Also going to play a round of the amazing TBR. I want to go through the books that are for sure on my list to...
Come on, Aimee.
I'm very excited that Rainey and I are going to continue our read of Little House on the Prairie. It is series in September, so the fact that this is part of a series, I'm kind of excited.
Okay, Little House on the Prairie. That looks like autumn colours, right? Okay, let's stop this recording. Thanks, Aimee. Recommend Aimee's channel too. She reads so much stuff. Ooh, okay. So I will be linking down to Aimee's channel in the description for you guys to go and check out for sure. Okay, so Little House on the Prairie. That sounds autumn. Anyway, whatever happens, that's the book I'm going to have to read. Let's have a quick look to see if it's on Scribd. Yeah, Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. I can get it on Scribd. So that's the book. Thank you so much, Aimee. That's a great book to get, like, when it could be completely random, like whatever book comes up first on YouTube. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And how long is the audiobook? Yeah, the audiobook is 5 hours, 45 minutes. I don't know if it's set in like autumn or what. So if it's not, then I'm going to have to pick a different autumnal book for bookoplathon. But that's okay. That's okay. That could have gone like way, way worse. And let's go for the final roll, number 4. 1. So we're still not out the lake. And I think this one means that somebody else just gets to choose you a book. But I'll report back. And finally, let's go for roll number 5. Hopefully the last roll. Oh, that was so close. There's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my gosh. Okay, we've got a chance. Got a chance card. And I think these are the chance cards here. And basically what I've done is I've written 4 cards that say that I can read a book off of my TBR game TBR, and 4 say that I have to pick a completely different book to my game. So it can't be any book from my TBR game. So let's hope we get TBR game, because then it can just match with roll number 5, prompt number 5 for that. Okay, let's see what it is. Yes! Ooh, TBR. Okay, so our final roll got us for bookoplathon chance card, which gave us a book from a TBR game. So that means I can double these up, which is great. But for Tales from Two Trails, because the rolls were not in our favour, we're still in the lake technically, and this prompt means that I have to get somebody else to pick a book for me, and I don't get any say. They can just come up with whatever they want. To be honest, I need to have a think about who I'm going to ask. So yeah, I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it for now, and then I'm going to put a clip in of the book I'm nervous about this. I feel like I need to pick wisely. But it worked really well with bookoplathon because it can just be whatever book it is, so then I don't have to double those up. Maybe challenging for all of us this month. I'd love to know what prompts you guys are planning on doing and who you're going to ask and stuff. But anyway, this is like my short stack of, or quite fat stack of physical books, and everything else will be like or audio probably. Exciting times. Well, I'm glad that I finally know what I'm reading in September, because it is September and I can get on and crack on with reading these right away. If you'd like to play along, then like I said, all the information will be pinned in the comment section down below, so you can get all the info there. And yeah, I'd love to know what you guys are reading every month. I really liked this month where everybody had to read somebody else's favourite book. And I feel like equally the interesting one for me, especially this month, they're all interesting, but the most interesting one for me is going to be like who you choose to pick your book for you and what they pick. Because yeah, if you do that prompt, that's like the real rogue one. And yeah, like I said before, you don't have to double up with the bookoplathon prompts, but you only have to fulfill the ones for Tales from Two Trails. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody is doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care everyone. Bye.